Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. We actually got some incredible mods this week, like Enchantments of Faerun, which lets you enchant your gear with a bunch of different unique abilities. We also have some new UI mods, new quests, and I'm happy to report that the WASD movement mod is now working again, so this is super exciting. So earlier this week, we received a hotfix which did break some mods, most notably the WASD movement mod. I can't go without this mod. Just being able to freely move around like this is incredible, but it's now fixed. I first want to highlight the Enchantments of Faerun here by Pixel and Chamnick here. This is an awesome mod because it allows you to enchant any gear in the game. Yes, this is an Altair Robe, but you can see that it says Enchanted Armor, Mystic Aegis Permanent. So with this mod, I may have to do a full video breaking this all down, but in a nutshell, you get different items here like the Enchant Your Boots, Enduring Pace, +1 to Athletics. So you can use these scrolls here and it'll buff up your armor with the specific buff that's on the item. Things like Feather Fall, Jump Distance increased, Movement Speeds increased, and these go all the way through. So there's like helmets, battle armor, there's different levels of them. There's also the enchantment rod and an enchanting pouch here with a bunch of different things here so you can make your own enchantments. So yeah, this is a really cool mod and you can upgrade them. There's so much to cover in this mod, so I may do this in a future video as yeah, there's so much to break down. There's 175 plus instances of the items in the game, and you can also mix and match and upgrade the items here to make even more powerful enchantments. You can check out the mod page for all the mechanics and just a general breakdown of everything that goes on in this mod, but I think it's incredible. This goes well with some of their other mods like the Cloaks of Faerun and Bells of Faerun, which I covered in some previous best mods of the week videos. There's a lot of really cool enchantments here, so definitely recommend this, checking it out if you're looking to start a new playthrough, or even if you're on a current playthrough, because these are so cool. Next up, I want to talk about the hybrid UI. This is for people that are playing on controller. Not sure if this is possible to work on console or not, but this just cleans up the UI and makes it look a little bit more smooth, especially if you're using multiple mods, because it can get a little bit messy if you're using the controller UI. I particularly don't love using it, even though I have hundreds of hours on the PlayStation 5 version of this game. I prefer the PC UI, but I think that this is a really nice change for those that play on PC that prefer controller, and there's actually quite a few people out there that do. So yeah, this mod here by Nels Rello just gives you some new appearance to the UI and just cleans and tidies it up a bit. So yeah, definitely worth checking out if you're someone that plays on controller on PC. Also, this is huge. This is for controller player or console players too. ASE Angel Race here by Ace243. So in their latest update, we've gotten goblins, kobolds, we got miscellaneous, we got devils, and now angels. And there's one that looks like me in here, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely recommend checking this out. And this, I think, will come to consoles pretty soon because they've been fast to prove some of the other ones here. So this works as a disguise. You get different items with different appearances here. There's also versions that give custom looks to your companions, so you can customize your team however you want, and then there's also angel versions of the companions too. And what works best about this is it's available to work on console. Hopefully, I mean, it's very similar to the other ones and how you equip it. You can purchase this from a few different traders throughout the axe, and all the information is on the mod page. Ace does a great job of putting that all together. So yeah, super exciting. We got ourselves angels now. Also, we got ourselves a new quest line here with Vera the Alchemist quest adds a new Flask weapon. So this is a pretty cool one. So Vera Flint, the Alchemist quest line. I don't want to spoil too much about this, but it's a Act 2 quest that you can do. So doesn't give you any XP, which is nice because then it won't mess up any of the leveling as you go through the game. It just gives you different items and you don't have to use them. But 3 unique puzzles, 2 boss encounters, more depending on your choices, 2 different endings, all themed around tracking down a crazed alchemist, Master Vera Flint. Don't want to get too much into this because I want those that are interested in to enjoy it themselves, but this mod was made by Lingler and Plumentinus here. Really cool. So yeah, and there's some of the poison flask items here. They are treated as daggers, but yeah, replace your main hand weapon with a small AoE spell that casts a poisonous cloud of chemicals, and if any spell casting ability surpasses your strength or dexterity, you'll use those. So really cool. It's adaptable for any different character, and they come in a few different flavors. And next up is the Soifon at Home mod here by Eclipse, or ported by Eclipse by Bay-Etor. And this adds a cool new outfit. You may have seen Shadowheart rocking this at the start of the game here. And what's cool about it is there's actually a cloak that you can add on to the character as well. If you want to make it a little bit even bulkier, you can also dye this to your heart's content. I think this is a nice like robe, especially if you're doing like a Goku style playthrough or something like that. Also has this cool little thing on the hands there. You may have seen at the start when she was flipping through the book. So yeah, another nice outfit mod, and we'll be getting to some more outfit mods here in this video, but yeah, this is the Soifon at home. And also, the P4 Hornucopia by Padme 4000. This adds the anglerfish horn here. Some of these are very interesting. I get the heebie-jeebies, a little creeped out by them, and I think that that's awesome because this is great for if you're doing some type of horror or Halloween type themed playthrough. And what's cool is the shadow curse is begun with the anglerfish horn, 3-meter radius, so save your teammates. So yeah, variety of different horns here, and they also can be dyed different colors, as Padme has put out a mod that allows it to work with the Crazy Colors pack, one of my favorite color mods. Yeah, you can make yourself look like a bug. A shrimp is bugs. Yeah, these are really cool. So I'm always a fan of new horn mods. I know a lot of people really look forward to these. The angler one is actually really funny, but it does freak me out a little bit. And again, that's, yeah, I love it. So a lot of cool new horns here. Just going to briefly go through these here for you to see. And yeah, P4 Hornucopia. And next up, Paladin Plus, Paladin Class Improved. This is a cool one by Control Freak. And what's nice about this, let's face it, Paladin is best multi-classed. If you want to get the true power of the Paladin, you're better off taking 10 levels of Bard, 2 levels of Paladin, or 6 levels of the Paladin, 6 levels of Warlock, or Sorcerer. Multi-classing really does enhance the Paladin because they don't get full spellcasting levels, and this mod will change it, so it gives them full spellcasting progression. Yes, this is overpowered, just going to say that now. Gives them increased health line because they're supposed to be tanky character. Additional channel oath charge, another fighting style at level 7. Divine Smite has been moved to level 1, so you can now smite Commander Zalk at the start of the game. Oath spells are moved to match the level, so you now, instead of getting them at level 9, you get them at level 5. And then there's new oath spells at level 9, so Oath of the Ancients gets Insect Plague, Devotion gets Conjure Elemental, Vengeance gets Dominate Person, Crown gets Fire Shield, and Oathbreaker gets Dethrone, a unique spell that's only available from a scroll. Love that. And then there's a big list of the spell changes here. So if this sounds interesting to you, you can check it out. Now, if you didn't get enough Paladin, there's also the Crusader class, the Unyielding Fighter mod by Lunaris here. This is a really cool one. I'm a big Paladin fan. It was the first class that I played through in Baldur's Gate 3. It's near and dear to me. This adds a new class with a bunch of cool abilities here. I'm not going to spend too much time. I've got feedback that these videos don't want to include too much of the classes, so I typically include those in future videos when I do the best new class mods. But you can see this here, all the different abilities that come with it. And I think this is quite an interesting one. So it's an implementation of the Crusader from Darkest Dungeons 2. It does have a dependency of the Darkest Dungeons difficulty there, so that's something that we'll download if you use this mod as well. And there's a few different subclasses here, the Path of the Wanderer, Aggressor, Templar, or Banneret. And they've also made a lot of other mods that I've talked about in the past, so yeah, great modder. And next up is the Altair Robes, Assassin's Creed, one of my favorite games from when I was young. By old dude, 1993. This is a really cool one. So it's in high quality Altair robe with detailed fabrics and leather textures, and you can see that here on my character. I think it looks good if you're doing like a rogue or an assassin style playthrough. Yeah, this is a really cool outfit mod, and I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I've played every single one of them, even the most notable recent one, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Unfortunately, I dipped off on that game and kind of got boring to me, but the classics. I'm looking forward to the potential Assassin's Creed 4 remake that'll be coming potentially at some point this year or next year, but yeah, this is really cool for those that are fans of the original game. So yeah. We also got Eyes of Tabatha here by Tabbledabble. Now, they are the creator of the Sculptor's Dream Catch. That's the face mod I use in a lot of my videos, and I type it often as people are always asking me what face mods I use. It adds a bunch of new eye colors here. Some of them are pretty freaky. I think it looks really cool. I'm just going to quickly go through a bunch of them here, just give you an idea. Also, you can use the rocks as Everyone Can Glow. I use that in a lot of my, I guess I use that all the time just because it makes some of the eye mods look better because it makes them glow. And yeah, you can see this here. They got a lot of really cool ones. Now, I did notice a bug, not with this mod, but with the rocks Everyone Can Glow. If you want to get the eyes to actually glow, you got to sometimes select this and then select another choice here, because then it'll make the eyes glow. And previously, they wouldn't normally glow. So sometimes if you're having issues with it, you got to split the eye colors. You can make them both the same. And next up, we got the better Selune Spear of the Night. So honestly, the Shard Spear of the Evening is way better than the Selune Spear of the Night. This changes it, and it makes it actually pretty equal, I would say. This gives a plus 2d6 radiant damage. That's obviously quite a bit, but let's just remember the Shard Spear of the Evening gives you blindness immunity, which is one of the most overpowered things in the game. It also gives you an attack that sets up darkness for a couple turns, and it gives you at will darkness. So Shard Spear is extremely good. This allows it to glow in a 6-meter radius, kind of similar to the Blood of Lathander, which I think is important. Advantage on wisdom saving throws, which is huge because wisdom saves are things like command and hold person, which sucks to get hit with. And Moonbeam is moved up to a 5d6 in damage, so it makes Shard's or Selune Spear so much better. This mod is made by Mizari here. Also, graphic fade here with the Nimbus Recolored Hound of Ill Omen. I love these. I've seen a few different ones. I actually covered a few different recolors of the Hound of Ill Omen. I love it. Just makes it look so much cooler. And I think that the purple theming looks a little bit better than the I honestly think that it normally looks kind of like a fire hound instead of this darkness hound, which the purple really helps show off. So yeah, that's what it looks like there. I think this works really well. Graphic Fade did a great job on this. And if you're not aware, Graphic Fade has made the Fades equipment distribution one of the most popular mods in Baldur's Gate 3. Great job with this Graphic Fade. I love it. We also got the Menswear of Menzoberranzen here by Faceplug. So this adds some new outfits here for male body types, which I know not a lot of mods are out there for them. So yeah, you can check this all out here. If this is something that may be interesting to you. Dang, yeah. Hello, nurse. I don't know, I'm just reading off of there. So this may be something that's interesting to you. Also, Weaponless Casting. This is a cool one. So this mod is made by Anyuan Yan. And what this does is it gives rings to the game that actually have some pretty powerful buffs as if you were wielding a staff. So like the Violet Boon here gives you Marka Heshker's ability with the Kreska's favor. It also gives you the Falar Alluve Melody, +1 to initiative rolls, 1 to armor class, 1 to saving throws, and it gives you the free cast Arcane Battery. I like this. I think it's nice. The rings in Baldur's Gate 3 are a little bit lackluster for some of them, especially for spellcasters. It also has a lot of really cool ones. If this is something that's interesting to you, I definitely recommend checking this out. It adds a lot of cool new items to the game for spellcasters in particular. So yeah, back with another addition. It's a great job on this one. Also, outfit organizers. Also love this image here. This just looks amazing. Just a small bod with a bunch of containers for outfits. Each companion and Claire has a pack, so you can put any of the special outfits in there to keep track of. This is for all the fashion lovers. Just keeps things tidy, especially if you got a lot of modded outfits. This will help keep things all together. And I also get asked often if this is a modded outfit. This is actually in the game, the Wave Mother's outfit. I've answered probably hundreds of comments now. This isn't actually a modded outfit. It's one that's in the base game. Larian rocked out with it. And Shadowheart and her pets. This now, yeah, pets. Yeah, well, sure. With this mod, it allows Shadowheart to actually interact with Scratch and the Owlbear Cub in camp, which normally she's not able to, but this now changes it to make it so that you can. I don't know what's going on there. Another mod that I just want to briefly touch. This one isn't fully done yet, but I'm a big fan of One Piece. And yeah, Zoro Class. This has some pretty cool abilities here. It's not fully done yet, so I may break it down in the future. I've done a best anime mods video in the past, and this is just another really cool one. And two that slid in at home plate here. We got a last minute edition. This one was 9 hours ago, and then we have one that was just posted recently. The post-battle refresh fully gives you back all your resources after combat. This is a cheat mod. It just makes things easier so you don't have to go in and give yourself all the buffs. This mod is made by Swiss Fred, who's made some other mods here that I touched on, like the Book Collector. I actually refed that one yesterday, but post-battle refresh, just quality of life and cheat, I guess. And finally, the Flura Lunaris Moonlit Circlets by Barry Semifredo here. So this adds some really cool looking circlets to the game, supports all 4 body types and all the races there. So yeah, these look really nice, glowy, so definitely worth checking out. So there it is. Those are the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager. Unfortunately, this is one of my worst performing series of videos that I do, so if you enjoyed the video, please like it below, and maybe share it with a friend that you may think would enjoy it. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you all next week for another episode of the best mods of the week. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Hope you have a blessed week, and we'll catch you next time.